My ambition is to take her from pregnant Karren down to almost competition Karren inside of 3 months.
Wow. Hi everyone, welcome back to Fit for Expecting UK. On today's show we've got Andrew and Karren. Guys, you just want to introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Karren. I'm 37 weeks pregnant and we're having our first child together.
I hope it's together. That's something you want to tell me.
And Andrew?
Yeah, my name's Andrew Grossett. What can I say? Aspiring, well, not aspiring anymore. Natural bodybuilder and personal trainer and novelist and general,
Etc.
etc. The list goes on and on and on.
It's really lovely to have you on the show today. I know that you're both sort of into fitness. Obviously Andrew, personal trainer, and Karren, you was into fitness a lot during, like before your pregnancy.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to just find out a little bit more about what you did fitness-wise pre-pregnancy and how you've sort of adapted that during your pregnancy.
Okay, so pre-pregnancy, I used to train 6 times a week, 7, not always 7
times a
No
week.
days off.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Most of the time. Okay, it was 7 or 6. Mostly weight training in the gym and bodybuilding. I've stepped on stage a couple of times before for competitions. And that was quite hard, but then that was quite a strict diet, but then just before this pregnancy my diet kind of relaxed a little and I wasn't as strict in terms of diet.
That's one way of putting it.
Why did you change your diet pattern then?
Well, because we actually had a miscarriage last year, and I wondered whether the fact that I was on such a strict diet plus not the supplements that I was taking in terms of trying to sort of keep my body fat down, or you know, the bodybuilding type supplements, whether that had affected that first pregnancy. And then we sort of fell pregnant very shortly after, so I didn't really have much time anyway to go back into it,
so you just
into a bodybuilding diet. So
Yeah, but I think it was fair to say that part of the decision to come off of the sort of strict bodybuilding diet was part of the healing process. It was part of the lead into a period of just this sort of acceptance and going, wow, okay, this has happened, this is what we've lost, and go, we just need time, you know. I mean, there was a period of time, you can tell when it happened as to how quiet my Instagram feed went. It's funny, I use social media as a measurement against your normal day-to-day life, but we both needed the time to step back and go, right, well, this has actually happened to us, and to work out how we felt about it. And that's so there were a lot of things that got switched off. Training wasn't as regimented as it had been before.
Well,
absolutely. I mean, I've had a few periods where training hasn't been as specific as it normally would, but essentially for the last 20 odd years I've operated more or less in a 6/7 day workout regime, including Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. It didn't really matter to me, it was just a day. But when we hit that period and all of the emotions that were involved in that, and especially because obviously for Karren's sake, it was for me, obviously I'd lost the idea of having a child, but for Karren, she'd actually lost a child, and we needed time to just go, right, well, pause.
Yeah, which is like completely understandable.
So that was what a lot of that was.
yeah.
Did you sort of get into fitness, becoming to get like together? Was it, was it something that you both did separately before you met each other?
Yeah. Well, I joined at the gym that Andrew owned.
So
and so I suppose, but back then though, I was doing a lot of classes and doing a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
When I was a lot younger, I was quite very slim and couldn't put on weight. So when I was in my teens, I thought if I joined the gym, I'd put on muscle, and that's how I put on weight.
Okay.
And then obviously then you start going uni and you think, well, actually, I'm just going to party and go to the gym.
Which is what everybody does.
Then you get to the point where you're like, actually, I do need to go to the gym now.
Yeah.
So I used to do a lot of classes in cardio. And then, because the gym that we were at, there's quite a few bodybuilders who were sort of saying, why don't we do some weight training?
Did you train together then, and then that's how you then decided to do your bodybuilding?
If you get the timeline of it, so when Karren joined my gym back in the day, we basically were friends for a period of about 6 years. So she was a member of the gym, and we used to talk and this and the other, and that was how we got to know each other. When we got together, it was just after Karren had done her first competition. I think I was number 3, third competition in, and then it became something very much that we did together. You know, because it was I liked the fact that she was there to spot me, but wasn't actually capable of lifting the weight completely off me. So it meant even if I had someone there to take the edge off of it, I had to give my all every time. There was no saving grace. There's no one going to lift it off of me. I had to do it myself. Plus, also on top of that, with the two of you training together, that whole age-old slogan, you know, there's a train together, stay together. Because training in the bodybuilding circumstance is so intrusive into your life, it infiltrates every element of it. It really bonded us and gave us a platform to really nurture our own relationship, because we were sharing these journeys, you know, getting ready for a stage. It involves so much.
So I think it's safe to say that, like, you know, fitness and training has been like such a big part of your lives. And I don't know, like, if I talk about myself, because I don't really like to refer to anyone specifically, but if I talk about myself, like, fitness hasn't really been that, like, a big thing in my life. And I know that it's something that I'm currently, like, trying to work on, down to, like, my diet and the level of exercise that I do. So I think for me, like, you know, being pregnant and what have you, like, I you know, I was glad for the fact that I didn't feel like the pressure, like, oh, training. And obviously it shouldn't be like that. And I think for you, it's kind of been a bit more the opposite, like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant and I just want to be able to train. So do you think it's, like, adapted a lot during your pregnancy in terms of, like, what you can do? I've noticed, like, on some of your social media, you've been doing, like, exercises at home, and bands and things. So. Yeah,
well, I didn't train for the first 3 months because they told me I shouldn't really train for the first 3 months. It was just walking, a lot of walking, and then once we had the sort of the 3 month scan was done, it was like I ran to the gym. It was like the first thing, wasn't it? Straight to the gym. And even then, I was getting really frustrated because I was trying to go. I was saying to Andrew, because Andrew didn't train with me. He said, "Oh, just carry the weights and pick the weights up and down." But it was one of those, well, I want that weight. No.
You're kind of having to hold back.
So it's difficult having to hold back on certain things that I know I'm more capable of doing. And when you read up on things about pregnancy and training, and people always they sort of say that you shouldn't carry a certain weight. I can't remember what it is now, but to me that doesn't apply to me because I was carrying that weight before.
So you was already doing that.
So my body should still be capable of carrying those kind of weights.
Did you find that you was getting more tired, like doing any sort of exercise, even just walking, coming upstairs and things like that?
So walking used to tire me. Even we moved here, getting up the stairs here, you need a little break a little bit. Or I used to be a fast walker, and Angie used to say, slow down, and now I'm like, you're walking too fast, I can't keep up with you. Or I can't talk and walk at the same time. If I'm on the phone, I can't talk and walk. And even when I've been to the gym and done weight training, I've always needed a nap. Sort of an hour or so after, I've needed a nap. And then sometimes you can't, because I'm quite tired, I push myself to train, so I'll have resistance bands here at home and do sort of the minimal bits at home that I can do just to keep my heart pumping, really. Wasn't necessarily about losing, because I put on quite a lot of weight obviously, but it wasn't necessarily about losing weight, it was more just to make sure that all of my body was going to still getting exercise in, and I don't want to after my pregnancy not then be able to do things or suddenly suffer.
Because you've done certain things in between. Obviously we never advise women to diet in pregnancy, but how do you feel like your diet's changed being pregnant in terms of like what you eat? Have you sort of restricted, or are you sort of like, I'll just eat whatever I want to eat when I want to eat?
The first, things I had really bad. I never vomited as such in the first few months, but I felt hungover every day, every time I woke up, and the only thing that would stop it were sweets or carbs would make me not feel sick. So I'd literally munch on that during the day, and I had like really weird cravings for vinegar at the beginning. So anything vinegary I would have.
Do you feel like you've adapted your diet, so you kind of like tried to do the same, or you know, see a bit of a bad influence on you?
He's one hell of a bad influence on me.
It's really bad.
Oh, you're the bad influence.
Yeah, 100%. When we obviously we had the miscarriage in last year, and then when we got pregnant this time around, we were just like, right, we need to allow things to adjust here, and we need to go and we had to take a lapse on it. So I made a decision I wasn't going to get back on stage whilst she couldn't compete, because I didn't think that was fair. And then also when it came to training, the general rule that we decided on was if you felt like you could train or you wanted to train, then go do it. But don't feel pressured if you don't, or you feel you're too tired, which is why we always make sure we've got resistance bands in the house. So if it doesn't mean that she has to necessarily get to the gym, so we go for walks, we do this and the other. So we supplemented bits and pieces to try and keep her active. And for me it was more of a mental thing for her, because I know how frustrated I get. Like, she kicks me out of the house when I don't go to the gym. Like, we're trying to launch this new business, and I was like, right, I'm not going to the gym until I've got X, Y and Z. But I think I got a bit unmanageable, and there was one morning she was like, to go. So I had to go to go to the gym. So I understand that the psychologically when you're used to training and training is infused into your world, then not going there is a massive frustration, especially when you're caught in a catch-22 as an expectant mother. You're going, right, well, I've got to take it easy for this young person that I'm developing here, but for my own mental psyche I'm going a bit crazy. So I just try to de-stress the environment as much as possible and go, right, well, when you want to train, we'll train. And if you can't get to the gym with me, then you can do that at home. When it comes to diet, we lapsed everything in the household. So yes, you'll see tubs of protein and stuff over there, and you've got the supplement cupboard over there, but a lot of the things got quietened down, and we just developed, not necessarily what we call a normal diet side of things, but we let the carbs in more than necessarily we would do beforehand. We restructured it so it was more around a normal 3/4 meal a day sort of meat eating plan, and it was all structured around making sure that Karren ate what she needed to eat in order for the baby to develop and for her to be happy. You know, we can, at the end of the day, we've done the strip before inside of 3 months and gone from what we can sort of consider fatty to stage before. So we can pick up the baton again once the baby's out.
I was going to say, that was my next big question. Like, how do you plan to like change everything once baby's here? Are you gonna go back to how you was before? Do you think it's going to be as easy as? That's
the plan. I don't know how easy it's going to be. But the good thing, I suppose, the later on I've got in my pregnancy, whereas before it was a lot more junk food, and it was like the baby wants McDonald's breakfast, or like baby really wants pizza. But now I've been a lot better in terms of doing more home cooked meals. So they're all fresh.
It's all about being like prepared, like organised, planning and things as well, isn't it? Sometimes with time. I know that's a big issue for me. I cook a lot of corners because I'm just like, I just don't have the time. But I think that'll be probably one of your biggest issues after baby's here. Definitely.
But Andrew's been doing a lot of reading behind the scenes about
this is good.
Like, I don't know, the chemical reaction that goes off in your brain as soon as you give birth, makes you forget about all the pain that you just had and all this stuff. But also about, I think he said he found there's a 2-week window after giving birth where actually if your diet becomes healthy again and you're cutting out the junk foods, then actually you could lose a lot of weight within that 2-week window or something. So
basically. Anyone that follows me knows that Karren's my absolute sort of borderline obsession. So my whole thing was that I wanted to basically put her in a situation where once the baby was out, she could have or be whatever she wanted to be. So I started researching. So I was doing cardio in the gym in the morning, and I've watched videos on what happens to a woman's body structurally and anatomically after the child is born, and then try to see where same like you do with somebody on a normal basis, try to go, right, well, where are the points where I can make a significant influence? Like you look at your diet and go, right, well, if I strip the carbs out now, then put them back in later on, then that will cause that sort of flip. You took it and go, right, well, what's going on for her normally? What's going to go on for her regardless of what she chooses to do or not? And what can I monopolize on? So I looked at it and I got obsessed with this whole oxytocin period that happens just after the baby's born. So literally her body is going to do everything it can to try and shrink her back once the baby's out. So then my focus was going, right, well, if we can make sure that we can supply her with a diet that puts her in a slightly calorific deficit, but was enough in there to support breastfeeding and so forth, then we can monopolize on that window there that your body's actually doing its normal shrinking. Or how about we slap something on top of it and give it a NOS injection and hopefully take her. My ambition is to take her from pregnant Karren down to almost competition Karren inside of 3 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the game. So I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of watching and a lot of asking questions and trying to understand that period in the beginning stages. And it's for Karren, but it's also for other women out there to make them understand that you don't have to adopt this whole it's baby weight situation. You can go, right, well, I want to do something about it. And I'm making them understand that it's a decision. You decide that it's baby weight because you want to stay where you are right now.
It's comfortable and it's easy,
It is, but it's still a decision. You decided that this is what you're going to do. But when it's showed that equally so, you can decide that that's not what you want to do. And the woman that you used to be before you were pregnant, in fact, you can come back with a better version of her once that baby's out, with a slight adjustment and using nature as a catalyst.
I do agree. And obviously, recovery time after having a baby as well, depending on obviously what type of delivery you have, obviously take that into account. But that if that's what works for you and that's what there's no reason as to why why you wouldn't be able to do that. Sort of pick up where you left off.
People always say, a lot of women always say, oh, you'll never get your body back the way it used to be, but I don't believe that at all, because I've seen people do it.
Some of the lucky ones get it back without even doing anything. So definitely, if you're putting in the work, you're focusing on being just healthy eating and like just general exercise. Obviously, for you guys, it's going to be a bit different because you're focusing on bodybuilding and competition and things.
Yes and no. It'll be general fitness to begin with. I mean, what I'm under no illusions that Karren's not going to be able to. At one point, me and Karren doing a 100 kilo deadlift. Say for argument's sake. She's done it. At 57 kilos, might I add. But I know that there's no way she's going to go back to that immediately, and neither would I want to try and put that kind of pressure on her for that. So it will be general fitness bits and pieces that we'll be doing. We're not talking about anything extravagant here. We're talking about having a cardio plan and a resistance plan for maybe 3 days a week. But then having the necessary restrictions on your diet, so it's not, oh well, I've got baby weight, so let's just go and eat 3 or 4 pizzas. It's going right, well,
obviously.
I'm planning to reduce my size by this. I'm planning to be this woman over here now, and being able to stick to that plan. That's all it is. And it may be, I don't know what the evolved Karren is going to be at the end of that 3-month period. But as long as she's happy and she's moving and is comfortable with that decision that's been made, that's all that matters.
Of course.
I think as long as the diet is clean, I say, not bodybuilding clean, because our bodybuilding clean means no flavouring, nothing, but it's clean and fresh. Then you're getting enough nutrients in to breastfeed the baby.
I was going to say it's going to breastfeed.
I think it'll be fine. And they say that if you breastfeed, it goes.
So this is what I mean. It's taken out of those.
Every day.
It's taken into that. But it's taking advantage of those very things that nature intended, and going right. Well, if I make a few other life adjustments whilst this new, because we all know that when we talk about someone losing weight, you take a look at someone that's been historically obese for a long period of time. Introduce them to a treadmill when they're half in size. Right? And it's because that shock of body going, oh my god, what are you doing? And it forces it to react. Well, that's exactly what's happening at the time when a child is born. Your body has got used to being pregnant. It's got used to carrying that weight. It's got used to doing that. Your metabolism has reacted to has settled at a certain point. It's going, this is me now. When that baby drops out and those chemicals fire off in a woman's head, your body goes, oh crap, what's going on now, and it reacts because it goes, right, it's trying to catch up, it's trying to work out what's going on. Your sensory functions go wild because it's trying to work out what's going on. So why not start something that we know reduces weight by putting you in a calorie deficit slightly at that point in time, at the time when your body's doing everything it can to shrink. To me, it's 2 + 2 = 4 equation. The proof will be in the pudding anyway.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm so excited to catch up with you afterwards and find out, you know, obviously meet baby and find out what, you know, about your journey and where it's going to take you. I'm just like excited. I'm excited to see you at competition level again.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Little prep on this.
Yeah. Oh. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's been lovely having you on, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Bye.